my name is Sherifat Ochua Omoba. Welcome to Life of an Ordinary Nigerian, where we talk about life in Nigeria and the peculiarities of being a Nigerian. The institution called marriage is one that has become unsustainable in many ways in our society today. Sadly, rather than critically assess situations to find out what is not going well or understand why it is working for those who have managed to find a way to make it work, we go about looking for who is right or wrong. And we forget to ask a salient question: how did two people who managed to enter marriage in love fall out of love? In a series of interviews, I'll be speaking to a few people, married, singles, and divorced. Now, I am not hoping to find a template for a successful marriage. I'm just hoping I can find a few tips that will enable us to understand what is working against our union as married couples. Our guest today has been married for over 30 years and will be sharing his experiences with us, his opinions and his perspective on this subject matter. And guess what? Let me let you in on a little secret. He's my father. Don't tell anyone. Welcome, sir. Welcome to the show, Life of an Ordinary Nigerian. Thank you for taking the time to speak with us on this show.
Thank you.
So I'll just go straight to the questions. Do you believe there's a formula that makes marriage work?
I wouldn't say there is a formula because every marriage has its own peculiarities. If there was a formula, it's like when you go to school to read 2 times 1 and 2 times 2. For once you cram it, then you don't have a problem. So if there was a formula, everybody would just follow it one point after the other, then all the problems we have today wouldn't be there. So I wouldn't say there's a formula. I would rather say that your marriage depends on how you plan it, how you follow it up. What works for me may not work for you.
Okay.
So if I have some challenges in my marriage, the way I will handle them is different from the way you will handle yours. So definitely, I wouldn't say there's a formula.
It's a nice one, sir. Okay, on to my next question. From your experience as a married man, can you share 2 major obstacles in marriage?
Yeah, I think I would rather do this from two perspectives.
Okay.
Let me take from the human angle and the natural angle.
Okay.
Okay. What I said the human angle is one major problem that we seem to have in marriages today is that of undue interference from either the parents of the couple, from one old man in the family who believes that this will not work, down to your siblings who may look at you as, you don't marry me, she carry a while ago. Which one should they come disturb us here? So these obstacles can come. For instance, you have a problem in your house which you ordinarily can handle on your own. And then because there is one mother-in-law somewhere, one father-in-law somewhere who feels that, yeah, this is my son, I'm still in charge. Because they never believe, especially women, when their children get married, they never believe that they have to let go. You see, that bond is always there.
Still there.
And they feel, this small boy, when I carry for 9 months, one person won't come carry her from me. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So you find such people wanting to exercise undue control. And then the little problem that me and you, as husband and wife, would have been able to tackle easily is magnified because the woman will tell you, no matter what, this is how you do it. Or maybe the mother of the boy. I'm sorry, I will always be saying mothers because most of the problems we have in marriages come from the mother.
The mothers.
Fathers hardly have time. They're looking for, looking for money, how to run the home.
That's
and
true.
then the woman has enough time. When she's tired of watching movies, she starts thinking of, oh, what will I do now to cause a little crisis? And, that kind of. So that is one angle. And then I have seen marriages crumble, not because the couples do not love themselves. That's why I call it natural. But because of a problem that has come through no fault of theirs. That is why I call it natural. The main purpose of marriage, or the main goal of marriage, is for procreation. So when the child or the children are not coming through no fault of either of the couple, then you have a major problem. That is why I call it natural. Because if you are married and, like I said, the mother of the groom waits for 1, 2, 3 years, and nothing is coming, she automatically believes that
something is wrong.
Something is wrong. Not just something is wrong, something is wrong with the woman. Even when she has not confirmed or she has not verified that this is where the problem is. So that is the beginning of the problem. That is why I call it an obstacle. And then because of the pressure she wants to exert on the couple, do this, do this, do this, do this, problem will start coming. Before you know, the man will start to succumb to the ideas that the woman is bringing. I want to carry my grandchildren. And then you see a major crisis brewing. And then the once too comfortable, too lovely couples will start to fall apart. That, I think, is also an obstacle that came through no fault of the couples, but just by nature. And then at the end of the day, you know how it goes. If they wait a maximum of 6, 7, 8 years, you have to play game outside. Otherwise, you are no longer my son. I'm not sure this is my son. They have turned your face, and everything crumbles.
Wow.
Yeah.
Undue interference. Come to that later. Okay, so to my third question, sir, do you believe in equality in marriages?
I wonder, each time I hear about equality in marriage, I keep asking people, what kind of equality? Are we in a competition? We're in marriage to make it work, for God's sake. So what is equality of? There must be control. Anything that you do, there has to be a head. Yeah, that you are the head of the family does not mean that you exercise undue control, but there must be a head. Look, in a state of nature where human behavior is not regulated. Even in the home is the same thing. If you wake up, for instance, and then because there's equality in marriage, the woman wakes up, go to the kitchen, boil her cup of tea, take her, before you come out, she's off to the office. I witnessed a marriage like that way back. I think I was less than 5 years in marriage then, where my boss, I don't want to call names now, where the first place I worked after my schooling, where it was a game of wits. You know, let me show that I'm more powerful. This one was educated, this one was educated. One grew up abroad, one went abroad to school, and then they had this problem of maybe the Yoruba style of life. The woman will wake up, the one that wakes up first will carry the car. They were both working in Shell. You won't believe it. The one that wakes up first will pick the car key and zoom off. The other one will probably have to find it. So the next day, the other one will come out first. And
I want to go.
I mean, it's what kind of equality? There's competition. That is not equality. There has to be a way of doing things. And if you must make it work, let the man be in charge. Even the holy books said that much, that a woman must submit herself to the husband. Submitting yourself does not mean that the man is going to enslave you or he will use you to rub the ground. No. If you give the man the respect of a house leader, I know you will want to counter that, that the woman is actually the one that should be the house leader because she practically runs the home, wake up to do this, to do. But if you believe so much in equality, those things you are saying that the woman wakes up to do, get the children dressed for school, she will not even want to. Some days she will wake up and tell you, is there any law that says I'm the one to beat the children? Then you start having issues. So I don't succumb to that idea. It's not in any way, I'm not in alignment with it, and I will never agree.
Okay.
People should work together as a team.
Their marriage work as a team.
Like Team Omoba has worked.
Yes.
And it's always okay.
So
I see it as a team.
Okay, that's a nice one. Work as a team. So to my first question, sir, what has been your biggest motivation to stay married?
Well, okay, when you talk of motivation, I want to remain married because there are so many good things.
Like?
Many good things in marriage. Like I just woke up and before I'm up from bed, what I want to eat is on the table. If I don't have a wife, I'll probably be thinking of her to go to a fast food where they feed me with all this junk fried spices and all that. We want to stay married because there are so many benefits. If, for instance, you have had children in a marriage and then for one reason or the other you break up, for whatever reason, I will never advocate that. Those children can never grow up well, like children brought up from a united
home.
Yeah.
United front.
So you have this, most of the society problems we have today. If you check the background, it's because of the way the children, the irritation they had. So if marriage is allowed to break, there must definitely be, one or two issues that can be resolved. But by and large, it's a good thing to remain in marriage so that you can reap the benefits, have a good home. After all, what is life all about? If you are coming from work and you are coming to fall into the hands of a naggy woman, then you probably will want to hang around and unwind every evening before you get home. If you decide to pull the woman out, you want to be on your own, and at the end of the day, those who are seeing some goodies in the house that woman left behind want to grab it. Marriage is a thing of joy. There can't be anything. A
thing of joy.
Yeah, it can't be anything different. You just need to be together, live like one. After all, how many years are we going to stay here? You start suffering yourself. No, I can't. No. I will try it again. What I saw there, no. You also have a role to play in making it work. It's not just the woman. Some people will tell you now because the woman is not good. Some men are also not good.
I like that point.
Many men are not good. But there again, everything cannot always be rosy. We must learn to sort this out.
Everything
I don't know if that answers your question.
It does.
Okay.
It does. Everything cannot always be rosy. You must always find a way to sort things out. So to my fifth question, sir, how long did you date your wife? And is there any difference between when you were dating her and after you married her? Is there a difference maybe in character or attitude or anything? Is it the same as when you were dating her and now that you've been married to her for over 30 years?
Let me look at it from this angle. The kind of dating is very important in marriage. Okay. But I want to say that the kind of dating that we did way back then is different from what we have now.
No.
What we have now is I love you, and in a matter of 6 months, a boy and a girl are living together. They live together 1, 2, 3, 4 years, and they say they are dating. I don't know what kind of dating is that. I just look at it as let me not use a word that the public will not
We don't want to not
hear.
sanctions.
So, but what I think is, I want to use myself as a case study. You asked me how long did I date?
Did you date her?
I
Your
dated
wife?
my wife for 6 years.
Wow, 6
Yeah,
years.
6 years. And like I said, not the kind of dating that you
We
now
do
see.
now.
Kind of dating that she was still way back the village. I was in
The
Warri,
city.
and then each time I visit home, we see briefly. You know, sometimes I visit home for a week and we only see twice. Not the kind of dating these days where what everybody looks up to is going to to
Fast
all the
food.
fast food
And
to go and
clubs.
buy Irish potato, chicken, and shawarma, and all
Shawarma.
that. So what we did then was just getting to know each other. Sometimes when I'm home, come and let me do one or two things, maybe wash my clothes if I stay that long. I can't even remember if we, apart from Christmas time and maybe during festivities, where we say we want to go out, buy something and eat. But then, we were able to study each other.
Each other. Okay.
Yeah, each time I come, we stay together. I remember some funny things we used to do way back then. So these days, once a couple meets, they have told themselves they want to date. The next moment they are out there, the boy want to please the girl by taking her to big places. And like I told my friend one day, I saw the joke somewhere. I said, yes, I like expensive places, so. And then the boy said, okay, I'll take you to a filling station because filling station
Fuel
is
is
quite
expensive.
expensive. So when they do it that way, they hardly can get to know each other. I had a friend, you know him, I will call his name. The marriage is broken now.
Oh,
Nobody knows him. The guy used to be a very good friend in Warri. I don't know how far this video will go, so I don't want to mention names. And then the end of it was that when they got married, the first time the woman entered the kitchen to cook, the man noticed that she didn't know how to cook. Yeah, because way back then, what they do is
eat out.
just eat out and everybody is satisfied and they do whatever they need to do and stuff. So when the reality dawned on them, the man had to start covering up for her, so that the family people will not understand. They tried to manage for a couple of years and it just couldn't work. So, as I said, dating is important, but let's look at the right things. You know what you want in marriage. You know the kind of lady you want. For me, even if a woman is pretending, I will know you are pretending. But some people don't look down. Maybe because the money is there, the woman is looking at the money, she'll bow her head. You will not know exactly the kind of person she is or the kind of person he is. The man comes and is going out, he throws money on the table. Whatever you want, you can get it. So we are not looking at our characters. We're not looking at our behavior. We're just looking at enjoying life, which by the time you get home, may not be exactly what you want. Like I said, if you are using me as a case study, you may not get exactly what you want, because I happen to have been blessed with a wife that even today, I still feel she's the same when I knew her 30 years back. So you may not be able to get a good answer from me. But if you're looking at the society at large, I can tell you that over 70% of ladies or couples do find enough reason not to have gotten married because they pretended to each other. I'm just one of the lucky ones. I'm so blessed.
Wow.
Even at 30 years, I still feel the same thing.
Wow. We'll bring back our guest speaker for another Love Talk show. After 30 years, it still feels the same way. Okay. So on to our next question. What is your take on the role of extended families and religion in marriages?
Extended family influence can come, or interference let me
Yes,
put it that way,
interference.
can come both ways. If the man is doing very well, and people in the family feel that that weight, that national cake, is not equally
National
shared,
cake.
there's a problem. If the man was doing well before, and he brings in the woman, and is no longer doing well, it's the fault of the woman. So then you have a double-edged sword, you know, capable of shattering everything you have, or everything that you have worked for. So I would rather say that the extended family system, we cannot abolish it. It's in our tradition.
Yes.
That is how we met here, and that is how we intend to live with it. My own is, whatever you have, take care of your family. Whether it's your nucleus family, that's the immediate family, or the extended one. The ones you can do, you do. So that you don't put that woman under pressure. Because at the end of the day, women are always at the suffering end. If you do, nobody talks of her. The day you don't do, extended family, she's the one that told you not to help me. So you must be able to balance it. For those of us who God has blessed, I think that you should render some help outside your nucleus family. Do whatever you can. It is our tradition. We cannot break it.
Break it.
Yeah. And then the other aspect of your question is religion. It's also a very strong factor. The Muslim man, don't ask me my religion because I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
Especially believes or is in the Quran that they must not marry out their daughters to a non-Muslim.
Wow.
Yeah, that is how it is. Except if the man is ready to convert to Islam. To me, I feel there's a flaw in that arrangement, yeah, because you cannot force a man to practice a religion that he doesn't believe in. So if the man is madly in love with your daughter and she comes out to say, I'll convert, I'm ready, he does it, and before you know, not even 2, 3, 4 months later, you discover that it doesn't work. The guy will not want to do it because it's not in him. The Christian way of life, I think they are a little bit more tolerant because you see a lot of them, they want to marry, but I think it's not in the Bible. I don't know. I'm not a pastor. I'm not in any way very strong when it comes to issues of that nature. But I think it's more of a problem in the Muslim cycle because it is what they believe in. And you can't blame them. But if you ask me my very personal opinion on this, that once you grow outside 18, you should be allowed to take your decision. If you want to marry a Christian because that is where your heart is, that is what you believe in, that is the way you want to worship, fine. When you are outside your parents' home, you can take that decision. That's why you see some people will tell you the woman has no religion until she's married. Yeah. Because by the time she gets to the husband's house, it becomes difficult for her to say, I must follow what my father told me. Let's not deceive ourselves. What cannot work, cannot work. Then if you so badly believe that no, it must not work, you find a way to sort this out with your own child. But if you say you have to change, you must become a Muslim, before I give you my daughter, the boy knows his game, he will change, takes your daughter home and changes her, and you cannot come back and take her.
Exactly.
So it's one of the things we also have to contend with as Africans, as Nigerians, that religion, even today, is causing a lot of divisions. I don't want to go into that.
Okay. Well, staying on track. So, on to our next question. Do you think money makes marriages work?
No.
No. Big no.
Money has a big role to play in making a marriage to work, but it is not what you need to make marriage to work. Am I communicating?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Because you can have all the money. Most of the marriages we hear of today that break up, it's not because there's no money in the house. In fact, there's too much money in the house. I think what you need to make your marriage work is patience, perseverance,
understanding,
tolerance. If you have all this, when money is not available, you still can speak with one voice. You still can talk to each other and we understand. If you have all the money and every day you are going to work, you drop money for her, she never sees you. You see, a woman wants a man around her. You know, if it were possible for you to make money without going out, they would prefer that you stay with them, watch television, gist and all that. That's what a woman would prefer. So when you make all the money, in a week you don't even see your husband. Before you come, the nanny or the house help tell you, oh, God has left. Can I give you food now? And then the house guest starts serving you food. That is not marriage. We know that a house help can sometimes do that. But saying that because the money is there in the house, you leave the woman, you go back to Abuja today. From there, you take a flight to Lagos. The next day, you are in Kaduna. The woman does not see the need for being in the house. That is why you see some of them. I don't want to go into that area. Start doing things that they are not supposed to do because the man is just not there for them. Okay, let's enjoy the wait when the man is gone. After everything will be for us. That would be her attitude. So money definitely is not what make marriages to work. It's a good factor because if you don't have money in this present day
and time,
there's a problem. It's a problem.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, so on to my last question, last but not the least, because I feel like we'll be having you back on this talk show again. Yeah. In one sentence, what is the key to staying married in 2021, especially for young people?
2021 is not a peculiar year. What is the key for staying married?
Okay.
I have said all of it. Understanding. Yes. Perseverance. Tolerance. Ability to stay together is what will make your marriage work, not only in 2021 and even beyond. Just like the only way I will say something about 2021 is because this year seems to be a little bit tough. Not a little bit, it's tough for everybody. But if you have these 4 things I have mentioned, you will come out of it. We have endured a lot of things all this while, and 2021 should not be different. Hardship has always been there for some. Just the time that a lot of people are complaining that nothing is coming, that is the time a lot of other people are doing big projects. And then you start wondering, where is the money? Even in this 2021, I went to Auchi over the past 1 week or so. Went to a project site and I saw massive construction works going on. And then out there, people are saying that things are so expensive. That is the same time that people are building mansions. And
those are not ordinary Nigerians.
Wow.
They are not.
So I don't think there's something peculiar about 2021. If there is any, because even the big men are not afraid. When you have all the money, and you cannot come out and spend it or move from one spot to another because of the problems you have created for others as a big man. You will soon join us as an ordinary Nigerian. You will soon join us.
Did you hear that?
I really don't know what you mean by ordinary Nigeria, but I think what you are trying to say about an ordinary Nigeria is the man on the street who may not be able to afford everything he wants.
Yes.
It can be comfortable.
Yes.
Yeah, you can go out there, have a car to drive. but it does not have the protection that those big guys out there have.
Have at the top.
Yes. The things I will do, I will be thrown behind the bars. They will do it and get away.
Get away
People
with
will
it.
even do it. They will go there on their behalf and bring them out. Those are extraordinary Nigerians. Let me put it that way. So it's me and you that are the
Ordinary Nigerians.
Yes. So that is how
Wow.
it is.
So thank you very much, sir, for coming on this show. In fact, I totally enjoyed this session. Your wealth of experience was amazing. I learned a lot, and I'm sure my viewers would learn a lot as well. And I'm sure we'll have you back on this show.
My pleasure. Anytime.
Thank you very much. It's good. I mean, most of the things that you talked about, the things that you think would help marriages or that you know can help young marriages work are actually very applicable to young marriages. They're not so hard. And people always feel like our parents, they didn't do it well and all that. But I feel like using the things or lessons from our parents would help us a lot. So thank you very much for coming on this show. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Oh, guys, that was a wonderful session with our guest speaker, Mr. Omoba. Remember the secrets we shared earlier on? He doesn't know I shared that. Maybe when he's watching it, he will see that. Thank you for watching this episode on Life of an Ordinary Nigerian. I'll see you on another interesting and enlightening episode. Do not forget to subscribe, to like, to share, and to comment. And remember, anything concerning marriage is hot topic. So I'm really going to be looking at the comment section and see what's all your different opinions and perspectives and suggestions. Thank you very much. Do not forget to follow us on Instagram, Life of an Ordinary Nigerian, on Facebook at Life of an Ordinary Nigerian. Until I see you on next episode, remember, black is beautiful. Stay blessed.